What's up, crypto legends? Okay, the price of Bitcoin is still continuing massive higher lows here for the last few days inside of this kind of ascending triangle pattern. Now, it is likely that the highs here on Coinbase at 35,150 is going to be tested. But most importantly, you want to know the levels where we could potentially day trade or scalp, and I'm going to mention them in today's episode. Where are the greatest shorting levels and the greatest longing levels here for the next coming hours or next coming days, guys? If you want to know them, make sure to stay tuned in this episode. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Before we get going here through this massive structure and also what are the next levels that I'm looking to trade, I want to let you know that I've been using MEXC right now for my trading for the last few weeks, and the fees are extremely low. They are the lowest out there. If you are a scalper, you definitely want to trade on this platform. You do have a great bonus of $20,000 that can be claimed in the link in the description. This will take you to this page and will tell you how to claim this bonus, right? It is the second link in the description. The one that I am using right now is MEXC. Of course, Bybit, as soon as I can use Bybit again, I will be using Bybit, guys. There's a great bonus of $30,000 on Bybit. Now, going through here, guys, understanding the structure, right? It is pretty simple to understand that the price of Bitcoin here after this major pump that we had here in the case of Coinbase, all the way up to $35,150, we have been consistently making higher lows, as you can see on the chart, meaning that these highs are likely going to be claimed at some point. Now, we are going to talk about the resistance levels looking at the Bybit chart, okay? Now, if this high is claimed, we need to be paying attention to see if it's going to be an explosive breakout or a fake out. Everything points out that yes, we could have an attempt in breaking out massively, but also rejecting from the level. I'm going to explain how we can detect that possible fake out or a successful breakout. We're going to talk about some major levels here to the downside as well, because even though if we do dip beneath these lows right over here, as you can see on the chart, we will still technically be creating higher lows. There is massive support at this level, and I'm going to explain it right away on this chart over here. This is the Bybit chart. This is the chart that I like to use here for my levels because they have a lot of volume and the levels are much more respected, okay, if you are trading futures. When we do take a look at this chart, I want to let you know where is the biggest resistance level and the biggest support. We had a quick swing failure pattern from today's highs, as you can see here on the chart, from previous day highs, as you can see right there, quick little rejection all the way to the VWAP. So very nice, quick little scalping scenario of a couple of $100. You see the fake out, you see the rejection, you enter a short. As you get close to the VWAP here, you lock profits. But this level, why is it rejecting? Why is this massive resistance? Well, it is as simple as just taking a look at the fixed volume profile from the high of this pump. This is the value area high of this entire trading range of the last 6 days, guys. So obviously it is resistance, but it looks like that we want to have an attempt in breaking it out here, as you can see with these higher lows. Now, if we do solidly break out here with a large amount of volume, having a successful breakout, not a wick like this, okay, on the lower time frames where there's hardly any volume, we want to see a nice big breakout. If the price does manage to retrace after that breakout on the lower time frames, we want to look at this level of resistance as a huge, massive support. Keeping it simple, support turns into resistance, resistance turns into support. If we do get that solid volume break up here from this zone, it is likely that this area at $34,800 is going to hold as support, but not only because of this proven resistance zone, it's because it is also the value area high of this entire trading zone. So very much interested in that successful breakout to get that retracement and potentially get into a long scalp, at least to test the highs. I'm not very sure if there's going to be continuation. What I do know, there will likely be a quick little bounce to test the highs or get close to the highs, where I'm going to take advantage of this move. On the other side, if we do get that breakout here and we test this high over here, now this is not the highs on the Coinbase chart, but yes, on the futures on Bybit. As you can see, the highs is 35,750. This high over here is basically this high right there, very close to the highs created on the 24th of October here on the Coinbase chart and most of the spot exchanges. So it's going to be very interesting to see here how we're going to hit this level. In an ascending triangle, we could be hitting the resistance zone several times and pull back down to the actual support level here. This is going to be very interesting because that could be another shorting level. It is this one right over here that I marked on Bybit, $35,180. We could get a swing failure pattern from that level and have a pretty decent corrective move, all right, in the next coming days. I'll be paying attention to that level. We're only getting into that trade if we do get the wick. If we do get the price action getting above the level and rejecting, it is a possible rejection that could take us to much lower levels. So I'll be paying attention to this zone, guys. Very important level for your intraday or your scalping scenarios. And also, if we were to hit that level and reject, where is the biggest support level? Well, apart from the higher lows right there, these higher lows right over here are very disturbing. It's a classic zone where the price of Bitcoin should go and sweep up some potential over leverage long positions and then possibly get the rise, get a little bit of a fake out here from the higher low support trend line here from this massive drop since we had the rise. And also we can see here that higher lows are still forming. So a sweep from these lows will not make me bearish. I personally believe that this is likely going to get a recovery. That is if we do get down here without testing the highs, okay? So there are two levels here basically of interest. The highs here on Coinbase, which is 35,150. Paying attention here for a possible rejection. If it does manage to break out and sustainably continue here to the upside, there is a massive level here, of course, that is $36,000 and also the highs on the future exchange. We could actually hit this zone and get a massive rejection. This level is a weekly naked point of control from price action created in May. This could also happen. We successfully break above this level. The next level here for the plan is this one right over here for a possible short. Now, of course, we do not want to fight the trend. So if we do successfully break out from this value area high, of course, we'll be looking to get into some long positions here following this local uptrend, okay? So if we were to successfully break out from this level, which is a take profit zone, I would leave some open just in case we are actually going to go to $36,000, which would be my take profit too. So as a scalper and a day trader, we're looking for shorts and we're looking for longs. Now, the biggest support level, like I mentioned before, if we do take a look here on the 15-minute time frame and we analyze here this drop that we had on the 24th of October, if we get a trend line from this higher low also and we connect it, we can see that if the price, whether it has a breakout here and a fake out and it starts continuing to the downside, we can see that higher low support trend line is also with the value area low of this trading zone. And depending where that high is going to be created, if we do get Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high, which is going to be created now in the next coming hours potentially, we do not know if it's going to be a successful breakout. But if we do take a look at the possible high in this range, if it's not going to go much higher, we can see that 618 also close to the value area low and close to the higher low support, as you can see, meaning that you could sweep up these lows and then possibly get the bounce, a level that I am paying attention. We also have a nice fresh daily level. It's a daily close and open that we had for the last few days that hasn't been tapped yet. A lot of confluence of this zone. We are still forming this ascending triangle. It's a great level here for a trading opportunity. Of course, that level, how can we trade it? Well, obviously, as soon as that level is hit and the price does get an instant reaction bounce, obviously it's a long trigger. We need to be careful here and be defensive just in case you do create that local double bottom, because Bitcoin does love to create those double bottoms, okay? So you got one attempt just in case the price doesn't hit the low and continues to the upside, but also be defensive, because if you were to come back down and test it, you are looking for that double bottom for your second entry. Something very similar to what happened today, basically, where we had here on the lower time frames that double bottom, as you can see, okay, creating that swing failure pattern. You can see the low right there. So if you're looking for this level as a support, you're entering a trade, you're being defensive, you can see how you come back down, swing failure pattern right there. You got another entry, you protect position, you get stopped out at break even. And then also this is the good one where you actually get above the level, you got another long trigger, you got your stop loss in place, and then finally you're getting the rise as you can see on the chart. This is why I'm a defensive trader. I put my stop loss at break even here because I have several attempts in getting in the bottom. You can see here, right over here, getting the rise. I would have protected position, got stopped out, and then possibly enter again as you test the lows, then protect position, get stopped out for the second time at break even without losing any funds. And we can see the next one here being the good one, another third attempt to have a good, nice long position with stop loss in place. And this one finally getting the rise and starting to protect and take some profits. This is why MEXC is definitely a great option, guys. You have the lowest fees out there. When you get stopped out at break even, you don't get ripped off with fees, which is absolutely phenomenal. Very clear, easy to use interface, as you can see here on the chart with your buy, your stop loss, your leverage, basically. Very easy to use, guys. Make sure to take advantage of that $20,000 bonus. It's a deposit bonus. It's the second link in the description. Not much more to say on Bitcoin, guys. The trades that I'm looking for, we are looking to break here the value area high of this trading zone. Next zone of interest is this one right over here, which is also the highs on the Coinbase and some other spot exchanges. If we get that solid breakout with high volume, would be interested in a possible long scalp if we do get that rejection. Remember, we need that high volume. Nothing to do here with this price action. This is a clear fake out, quick little rejection. Let's see if this next attempt is going to be successful. And we are going to see some volume picking up. We need that high volume here for that successful breakout to have that bounce at the resistance turning into support, to test the highs and potentially even go to higher levels. As we test the highs or get close to it, it's obviously a take profit zone because we do not know if we are going to create a double top, and you don't want to be caught in that long position and getting stopped out, right? Be fast, be a sniper, guys. Not much more to be said. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.